Good evening, everyone. Good evening, batch 104, 107. Good evening to me. Good evening to all the mentors in the meeting tonight. Mentors, if you can kindly unmute your microphone and introduce yourself as well as the batch you're representing. Mentors, can I begin with Lorato?
Thank you, Kuzai. Good evening to everyone. I'm Lorato from Batch 104. I would like to wish each and every one of you all the best to tonight's presentation. I hope you are all well prepared to do this presentation tonight. Good luck to everyone. Thank you, Kuzai.
Okay, thank you, Lorato. I'm going to go down. The next list is Nyama. Nyama, would you kindly unmute your microphone and introduce yourself? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nyama, a mentor for Batch 106. I'd like to wish each and every one of you all the best during your presentations, your final business game presentations. And I'd also like to congratulate you for the job well done through the past 10 days. So all the best and give it your all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Nyama. The next on my list is Rhoda. Rhoda, Mentor Rhoda, would you kindly unmute your microphone? Thank you.
Thank you, Kuzai. I'd like to say, to congratulate the batches for sticking by all the sleepless nights the past 10 days. I know how difficult it is, but you guys stuck it out. And also, I'd like to thank you guys for the hard work that you've been putting into the presentation. I know you got confused a bit when you started, but you're doing good, and I hope that you all make it to be becoming the best guiders, for the downliners. So thank you, everybody. Good luck with the presentation.
Okay, thank you very much, Mentor Rhoda. The next on my list is Rishana. Rishana, would you kindly unmute your microphone?
Good evening, Kuzaya. Good evening, all the other mentors present and our students. All the mentors have already, coming last to me, all the mentors have already, could have not said it better. I'm a mentor from batch 106, but I want to wish all the students on each and every batch all the best and well done to make it this far. And I'm sure that tonight is going to be a night where you're going to go to bed feeling relieved that you have really put a lot of effort and dedication. And good luck, and yeah, we're looking forward to tonight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rishana. Thank you, all the mentors. I'm not sure if I've left any of the mentors here, but my list just told me that we are only 6. If there's any other mentor that I left maybe using a different user tonight, you can unmute your microphone. Okay, it seems that we are just the 6 of us. Okay, guys, let me introduce myself one more time. My name is Kudzai Olokane. I'll be representing batch 105. I'm the administrator, mentor, moderator. I will be your host tonight, as well as some other mentors, Lorato, Nyama, and Rhoda, as well as Reshana. We will be coordinating the meeting for tonight, and we're going to put it on a record for the officials. Mr. Zwane will join us anytime from now. Probably we will let you know when Mr. Zwane is online, but anytime from now you will be coordinating. So just for the heads up, you're going to have to do your presentation in 10 to 15 minutes. You're going to do your presentation in 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to give you the option to share your screen, but please note that you're not supposed to read all the tasks of the document, but you are only to summarize it. So by 10 to 15 minutes you should be done, because there are a whole lot of batches. So we're going to make sure that all of you fit in, and in the most minimum time possible. Can I have the batch representative for batch 104? 104. Batch representative for 104. Batch 104 representative, would you kindly unmute your microphone?
Hi, Kudai.
Good evening, Emin. Are you the only one for batch 104?
I'm still looking for Eddie and Pulumo.
Eddie.
I think that.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, good evening, Eddie.
No, Pulumo is around.
Oh, Pulumo. Okay, so there's just the two of you for batch 104, is it?
No, there's three of us. Eddie has to come.
What's the name of the third one?
It's Edson Govanai.
Edson Govanai. Okay, I can see Edson here.
Hi, Kudai.
Good evening, Edson. How are you?
Yes.
Are you ready to roll, guys?
I'm good, and you?
Fine, thanks. How are you, sir?
Yeah, we are ready.
Okay, can I kindly have your link for the document that you're going to present to us?
Okay.
You can send it on the Skype chat. You can send it on the GoToMeeting. You can send it on the chat box. The link for the document that you're going to present to us. You can send it.
Okay.
So who's going to roll first? Thank you, Amen. Who's going to go first? Who's going to present first? Then the next one.
It's Amen.
Okay. Amen, are you ready, sir?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Let me just make you a presenter then. Okay, Amen. The floor is all yours. Let us know when you want to Edson or anyone else to come after you. Thank you. You have 15 minutes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
You can go ahead.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Affirmative. We can see your screen, sir.
Okay.
Very clear.
Business. Okay. Business games presentation for page 104. Task number 1. You've received all the information needed in order to become managers or leaders in the MMM Global community. Now you have an important task: enter in a new country and develop MMM Global there. This new country will be Nigeria. As a starting resources, you have internet, a team, knowledge received in the school, $50,000. My current position, I'll be a new guider by the time. The event, charity for the needy in Lagos, allocated funds, that's $50,000. From the $50,000, I'm going to budget 20,000, which is close to $50 times 400 new members. There is to be remaining funds for the follow-ups and monitoring. Planned registrations and deposit plus 400 new members. Expect to PH above budget spent, which is 20,000. Target large cities with big population in Nigeria, which are Lagos, Abuja, Kano, and Port Harcourt. Organize a team of 10 members. Okay, planned activities. Before the event, find accommodation for 10 people in 4 cities for a 1-week period. Cater for air tickets and local transport for guiders and equipment. Find a low-cost venue for the charity, covered basketball court to minimize costs. create social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, etc. to advertise the charity, create a bunch of flyers for the event, create a program for the event, make a tent for the event, put it where the charity event will be conducted, and also provide food for the event. Appoint one of the group members to be a presenter of MMM, and also appoint 3 active leaders who encode the registration of each participant who joined during the event. Learn about their environment, for example, culture, food, and so on. The group should pack some food for the charity event, basic needs such as rice, tinned foods, and noodles. All group members should create their own presentations, which contains the benefits of success story. We also do distribution of food for those participants who joined the offline event. After the event, report of the expenses. Leaders should assist the new participants to do the effort of collecting registration forms of new MMM members. Upload of all the videos and pictures that were taken during the event to social media like YouTube and Facebook. Evaluation of the event using SWOT analysis. Budget cost for launching offline event for 4 cities. Venue with food, $2,500. Advertising promotion cost, $500. Tent and flyers, $500. Prizes for the games for those who got the questions correctly, $500. Charity goods, that's $1,100. Equipment hire, $100. Our allocated budget, $50,000. Expenditure budget, $20,000. And now we have $30,000 remaining. I'll go to the second task. A week has passed. The average contribution to the structure is around $100. Under the regulations of MMM, you must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participants' payment, starting with the first contributions. Your task is to calculate how many new members and contributions you have to ensure that in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make the required payments to the older participants. It is necessary to write down your plans, your plan of actions for the next 3 weeks under the above conditions stated. Point out what resources you need and how you are going to use them, the number of new participants and money raised during this period, what extra costs you have and how to attract them. Okay. Right now, position manager of 100. Increase the volume of MMM participant payments. Give them a grace period, given a grace period of 3 weeks. Targeted new members, 600 new participants, 150 in each city, since we have 4 cities, like I said before. Number of target registration per week, 200. That gives us 600 in 3 weeks' time. Provide help target participants, $50 each, or $50 per new participant. Total raised the amount in 3 weeks, 600 new participants times $50 equals to $30,000. Before the event, prepare SWOT analysis, social media posting, Facebook and YouTube, upload video like testimonials of participants who already benefited from the community, upload MMM news in social media like Facebook, create YouTube channels, and create a good video presenting MMM ideology and other good ideas. make 600 flyers, pamphlets, and distribute in public areas. Guide and train our old participants to invite new members in our community. Teach old members how to become active and effective leaders actually. Emphasize the good benefits of becoming a manager. Gather a group of individuals and educate them about financial literacy. Conduct an offline event like a braai of the nearby town 3 times a week. Encourage the community to provide another by PH I mean provide help weekly. Be active in communicating in your Facebook by simply talking to them and assisting them when they have trouble in their personal office. Join some groups or Facebook pages, then introduce MMM step by step. Invite influential people like councillors, member of parliaments, or taxi drivers. Evaluation is the event using SWOT analysis. Budget cost for the plan. Offline event expenses 3 times a week, $300. Advertising $200. Transport and lodging $500. Equipment hire $100. Food $100. Our allocated budget $30,000. Expenditure budget $4,800. Remaining budget $25,200. Eddie, can you take over from task 3? Eddie, are you there? Lomo, are you there?
Hello.
Can you take over from task 3?
Yes, I'll take over.
Okay.
Task 3. I'll take over task 3.
Oh, hello. Sorry to disturb you. Just before you continue, please do not read the task questions. Just go ahead into the into the work. You already know the question, so don't read the tasks. Just go ahead into the presentation.
Can you take over? My network is
Thank you.
Like poor.
Okay. So we have objectives of the presentation. That's where I'll be starting. Okay. It says my position will be one team manager. The objective is to increase number of new participants in MM community, active old members in the community. The number of target registration is 800. PH target participants, we have 40,000. That is the amount of that we are targeting for 800 new participants. The total amount that we expected to be raised during that event will be $40,000. Planned activities. First of all, we prepare a SWOT analysis, and then the offline event for that month will be a funwork and braai. We want to do it for the 4 cities in all the 12 months, because it will run for a period of a year. And we expect to be 100 times 4 cities. That will be $4,800. The purpose is to encourage the community to be more active and to encourage your participants to join manager school and let them also become new managers, and emphasize the good benefits of being a manager. Constant communication of your members, especially in some aspects of technical support. Answering query and guiding your guide members when they have something to clear with. Share your own inspirational stories by making videos and spreading to your group page or Facebook fan page. Creating a big tent of MMM, post it in an open area where people can see it and and might interest them to join Triple M. Create a target goal of your community by setting a mindset to them on how Triple M change lives of many people. Create a happy community when everyone understands that helping each other is better, and in the future others will help you also. Remind members that Triple M is a donation platform and not an investment. Then we will evaluate the whole event using a SWOT analysis. Then we expect our budget to be as follows. Budget allocation will be $25,200. The offline event expenses will be $4,800. Advertising and promotion $10,000. Remaining balance will be $10,400. Can you go down, please? Yes, that will be the third task. The fourth task, the presentation's objective. My position will be 100K guider. We'll organize a concert for a cause which is Together We Can Change the World. In this case, we want to revive 75% of MM registration, which tend to have fallen. In this case, we want to have 800 new entrants who will PH $50 each. We want to end up with a target amount of 40,000. The total amount raised for the company for the orphanage will be 100,000, and expect to take 50% of the raised amount to the orphanage. The planned activities before the event will be to find a good venue for the concert, small rental cost that will cater 1,000 audience. Create a program for a short concert. Find some popular talent stars who are members of Triple M and invite them to participate to do a concert by showcasing their talents. Create a promotional talent for the concert. Print tickets with corresponding amount for the benefit of the orphanage. Assign someone among the team who will also perform for the concert. Find a group of dancers or singers who will first entertain the audience. So during the event, we are expected to play the inspirational slides about Triple M that will inspire the participants of the said concert. Play Triple M in ideology before the concert starts. Mention the benefit of the concert and the beneficiary itself, and highlight the participation of Triple M in the community. Start the concert that will run 1 hour. Before the end of the concert, encourage the audience to join Triple M and participate in the charity event. And after the event, leaders will assist the new participants to do the effort of collecting registration form for new members. Give 50% of the ticket sales to the orphanage, and make a documentary of the successful concert and publish it on YouTube channel and post it in Facebook.
Pulumo,
and also on the yes.
Would you kindly just summarize? Would you kindly just summarize what you've been writing? Not read all of it. Just summarize, like the input and the solution of the task that you were given. Thank you.
Okay, but I've already reached the end of the task.
Okay, it's okay. The next presenter should do as I just advised. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Edison, can you take over? Mr. Mr. Edison? Okay, let me go ahead. In this case, we are supposed to have the presentation objectives. In this case, we have to conduct the offline event training activity leaders of the community, because we have realized that now can I see the task, please? Just a little bit. Hello, Mr. Aman? Okay.
We can hear you.
Yes, I just want to see. Okay. So in this case, we have realized that we have a reduction of the amount of contributions by 20%. So we know that this is dangerous for the system, as there will be imbalances in the equation of pH and get help. So now what we want to do is that the objective is basically to balance the equation by at least by increasing the pH so that it will be above the 20% that has fallen. So we have the planned activities for that. Can you see the activities, please? The first activity will be to proceed. The proceeds of the concert will be used to cover the expenses of the concert activities and used in also the new pH of the community, because we have already realized the proceeds from the concert. So now we are taking advantage of the proceeds to pH so that we increase the pH level. So we will train and guide active leaders of the community, because we are saying these people will be the ones who will be more trusted for sending the message to, and be trusted for giving the right message about Triple M, because people follow them and people understand them. So the third one will be to be more active, looking for community members and encouraging them to provide help. We will use the social networks, the Facebooks, as we mentioned before, for the benefit of disseminating information about Triple M. We also take immediate action on members' concerns regarding Triple M system, emphasizing the benefits of being a member in Triple M. We remind the Triple M participants the 30% growth rate benefit of their donation monthly, and we'll always give flyers and develop good relationships with the community, post inspirational messages, participate online forums, and share what MM is all about. So I think that's something that will sum up the presentation for task 5. Can we go on? Task 6. In this case, we have realized that there are delays in payments, and also the referral activities they are reduced to 0. So we have to take action to remedy this situation. So in this case, we have to develop new members among members in the community as our objective. So in this case, what we will do, we are going to win the confidence of the old members. We are targeting 500 old members, and also we want to continue increasing the pH levels of the participants, of the new participants, And also we want to raise funds so that we'll be able to carry out these activities to encourage people to PH. Now, for this, we will continue being active in all social media networks. We will create lots of inspirational videos. We always approach all members. We train ourselves to face trials as they come along, because we are expecting people to be angry since they have lost their monies. We will help people to understand the situation because it is devastating. We will emphasize to them that providing help for others doesn't guarantee for any return. We will revive the Triple M ideology. We will also put a get help limit for a certain period. We also launch a free Wi-Fi for Triple M so that people who have joined Triple M must have free network. So for the last task, which is task 7, in this case, we realize that there's a system collapse, a restart. So what we are saying is that what are the activities for this? Now that we face the system restart, the first activity is discussion and talk to our members and let them understand the reasons for the restart of the system. To answer all members' queries, even if it is negative, and explain the current situation of the Triple M. Think of good solutions to make your members to calm down. Set a meeting with your members and still encourage them to participate to Triple M. Still provide help and let your members see your efforts. Be still. A good leader be still even if it is a downfall for the plan. Always believe Triple M could bring good in your community. Emphasize the essence of being a help provider to the community. Train spin around doctors to take control in case of restart. Involves and guide stages of restart to win their allegiance. Create or step up all media platforms such as newspapers, TV channels, and radio. Build the system from inside. People who have benefited. Of course, like our guiders and managers. This will sum up our presentations for today. Thank you, guiders and everybody else.
Okay. Thank you, Pulum. Thank you, Batch 104. Would you kindly have the next reader, please summarize the document. Don't read all of the presentation that you did. Summarize the document of what are the solutions for the task that you were given. Go straight to the point. Kindly speak up so that we can hear you, because we have some other listeners via the live broadcast. They want to hear you. So if you don't speak up, they will hardly hear you. So the next presenter, would you kindly speak up for Batch 105? Can we have the representative for Batch 105? And another thing, would you kindly have 3 or 4 presenters so that while it's the other one, you have poor network, as Edson was just saying, the other one will represent, so that it can be a teamwork. batch representatives for batch 105. Would you kindly unmute your microphone?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm Maxwell. I'm going to represent batch 105 and present for it.
Okay, thank you, Maxwell. Who's the other presenters that you have for batch 105?
We have Mlilwana Warren.
Okay, Warren, are you in the? Would you kindly unmute your microphone? Make sure that you have enough audio projection before we begin. Warren.
Hello.
Good evening, Warren. Okay, seems that your audio is just.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you? Say, are you only two? Is it only the two of you for batch 105?
We've got Itumelang. I don't know if he can log in.
Okay, Itumelang, if you're in the meeting, would you kindly unmute your microphone for batch 105? Itumelang. Okay, he seems he's not here. Any other representative for batch 105 before we begin? Okay, it seems that there is just the two of you. Would you kindly send the document in the chat box, Maxwell or Warren, who is beginning with the presentation? Would you kindly send the document in the chat box before you begin? Okay, thanks, Maxwell. Thanks, Maxwell. Who's
I've just seen.
Yeah, we can see it. Who's going to present first for batch 105? Who's going to present?
I will start. I'm going to be the first presenter for batch 105.
Okay, thanks, Maxwell. As you have heard, you need to sum up. You just need to summarize the task, the solutions that you come up with. You don't need to read the whole document. Is that loud and clear?
Yeah, I got it, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. You can begin from now. You have 15 minutes. You have 15 minutes, the whole of all of you, for batch 105. Your time starts now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. For the first task, we have to.
Power today?
No, I'm going to try the. No. Clear.
Okay.
Okay. For this first task, we are approaching a new country, which is going to be about.
Yeah, it was good, I think.
Which is going to.
Perfect.
Amen.
It is going to hear about MM for the first time.
I think, guys, it was all you.
Amen.
All your support.
Amen. You're disturbing the class. Would you kindly mute your microphone? Amen. Amen. Everyone else, please mute your microphone. Edson, mute your microphone. Maxwell, in the meantime, Maxwell is okay. Maxwell is the one presenting. Everyone else, would you kindly mute your microphone? Sorry about that, sir. You can continue.
Okay, thank you. What we have on our disposal is internet, a team, and knowledge we received from this school, and the $50,000 US. What we decided we could do before even entering the country, we have to pre-visit it. Preparations about the securing visas, return tickets, booking hotels. That will cost us about around $15,000 US. And training of other pioneers who are going to help us to go through the launching of MMM in this new country. After that, we had to list the resources that we will require before even starting. That will include T-shirts, flyers, projectors, banners, sound system, and other monies for hiring transport and other foodstuffs, venues, and billboards that need to be paid for. that we summed all the costs for those things and found out that we could spend 19,400 US dollars for that. The activities we will carry out will include door-to-door visits, marketing ideology. We can also make use of social media such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp to spread the ideology of MMM. During the day, some presenters will go around the community with part of the team selling out the ideology of Triple M. We made use of 100 pioneers so that we will be able to cover much space, since Nigeria is a big country. Also included things like hosting charity shows where we give away goods that will inspire people to attend the venues, and also spread. That's where we will be able to spread about the knowledge and skills, so that people will be able to register and even start participating. Our target for the first on launching, we targeted around 1,000 participants for the first time. Now I will go on to task number 2. A week is passed. The average contribution to the structure is around 100. While we need to increase this contribution, for it is the part of the regulations of MMM, so that we must provide at least 30% growth every month. Assuming that at initial 50,000 enabled us to recruit at least 1,000 as per our budget, number of all the participants will be 1,000 times average contribution of 100 years. We could get around $100,000 in the system. That will grow by 30%. That is, by the end of the month, it will be 130,000 US dollars. Therefore, the target for new members will rise to 434 participants per week. By the 3rd week, we will be having about that is 434 times 3 to give us 1,300 new participants, each contributing an average of $100. Therefore, at the end of the month, we have around 130,000, which is enough to cover all the participants' monies. The resources we need for that task will include internet for registering new participants, registering, and even the use of the personal office. Promotional materials will include banners and other things like flyers. We also need money here to finance workshops and the hiring venues. Extra costs that we may face, we listed some things like the venue, or may accrue other expenses that we didn't expect from the start of this project. On task 3, we are going to talk about increasing the number of participants, since we are remaining 100 managed. That means we have to increase the number of participants. The plan of action we set for this question, for this task, plan of action, we will advise downliners to recruit more people. The new target participants will contribute also an average of around $100. This is because 130,000 will grow. Let me hide my meeting. It is disturbing me. My meeting app is disturbing me. This is because 130,000 will grow to 169,000 at 30% per month. When divided by the average contribution of $100, will the result of new participants is 1,690. So we should encourage downliners to have at least one downliner and emphasize advantage of referral bonuses. That will obviously increase the number of participants, and probably will achieve a better span of control, in fact, the number of people who will fall under us as managers. We can also encourage the 1,000-odd participants to PH or provide help more at average contribution of 100 or more, and need at least 690 new participants to cover the second batch of participants. Other activities that we can also do is to launch an MMM application software. Although we also cited that there will be need for strong IT guys that will not produce a software that can be hacked easily. We can also advertise it externally. We can use a branded tag that will be playing sound system around preaching MM and carry out concept. All those things can increase the number of participants in the network. On task number 4, after 2 months, you have the number of participants and contributions you calculated earlier. Now you should calculate what you need to organize within the next month. A week after the start of the month, there is the local Nigerian holiday, which is celebrated during a week, respectively. This causes a decrease in the registrations to fall to by even 75%. The plan of action to solve this scenario, we cited first the resources that we will need. We listed promotional material that includes t-shirts, laptops, caps, heads, and stationery. Inspirational video material, which can also be done on Facebook and the other social media. We can also train our downliners to tell the people how good is MM in as far as changing lives is concerned. This will actually help the system, because other participants who are newcomers who are not registered may even find it good to join MMM. We may also mentioned internet and money as part of the resources that we would need to carry out that. The action plan, we can also include testimonies that will let know more about what is happening in MMM. We also mentioned about creating a seminar or a concert powered by MMM. Hence, it is a holiday. Some members should help in disadvantaged homes, while others are creating awareness programs. We can actually enlighten all participants on advantages of MM, the issue of bonuses. That will actually help or in increasing the number of participants, even if it is a holiday. We should also instill etiquette, professionalism, and fully teach participants about MM, as this will attract new prospects, because no one wants to follow people who are not professional, and let alone who are not sure of what they are doing. Encourage teamwork, for example. One talks to a prospective participant but asks for more time to think and decide. He should refer some guide or a person who is already in the system who can easily who can convince new participants easily. We also mentioned about the moving around with leaflets wherever you are, in taxis, at churches, and at workplaces, everywhere, to drop a flyer so that new participants can join MMM even during that holiday. We can also use pictures on WhatsApps, profiles, and even create groups that share these videos and the audio messages about MMM testimonies that will increase the number of people, even if it is a holiday. I'm going on to task number 5. Despite the fact that this plan, the plan of task number 4, where you do not have enough new registrations and new contributions to cover because of the current contributions. Moreover, you have a reduction of the amount contributions by 20%. On this task, the objective is to try by all means to take the contributions back into the positive, since it has reduced. The resources needed, we mentioned about transport and logistics, pamphlets, flyers, and promotional material like t-shirts, training material, handouts, notes, computers, projectors, and PA system. The activities of the plan of action, we mentioned the first thing is to have guidance meeting to establish the root cause of the problem and establish a way forward. Recommend pause mode as there is already panic in the system, as evidenced by the reluctance of the old members to make contributions, and also because of the reduction of the contribution by 20%. The pause mode is of great importance alongside other actions. We need to keep the payments within a range that can be affordable. Leaving amounts growing means that we can afford to pay them. The old members, the old members are the custodians of MMM because they already understand the ideology, and leaving them to exit the system may cause collapse. So efforts should be made to retain them. Train more guiders or leaders so that the information about MMM is spread far and wide so as to capture new participants. Convince all the participants to continue PHing or providing help into the system. We can encourage those less privileged people to have one account, especially orphans and widows. They contribute, for example, $2 each to PH $50 or $100 account. This may help the system, since people are already panicking. More awareness campaigns needed for new registration and convince old participants and stimulate them to inject in new contributions. Prolong the release dates so as not to result in a situation where there are no participants to pay those asking for help. This one is very clear. Encourage the use of Bitcoin so that help can even come from other members in other countries in terms of contributions. The use of social media networks like Facebook and emphasize the benefits of being a member in MMM. More campaigns can also be done in remote areas where information reaches slowly. People like technology, so they would like to learn and participate. We can pay, get help in segments for every participant. Re-emphasize the principle of MMM to all participants so that this is a community of mutual help and not an investment platform. As many will contribute for speculation purposes and leave the man in the system without giving help, in what we call stacking. Carry out community services in the name of MMM. This will create a good image for MMM and bring in new members. Attend some of the Nigerian gatherings such as that we meet new people and take the opportunity to introduce MMM in all corners of the country. We can achieve more than 200 participants in our own point of if we are 20, we can work as a team and give everyone a daily target that can be achieved. That's our sole important. If one person recruits people a day, at the end of the month, one person can have 90 participants. If they will reach 1,800. On task 6, can Warren take over? Warren, are you online? Okay, I will continue. Warren, during this month, delay in payments increased to 7 days. Referral activity almost.
Maxwell?
Hello. I thought you were offline. You can go ahead from here. On task number 6. On task number 6.
I think the network is also contributing here. Task number 6. Had you presented anything on task number 6?
Task number. You have to start from task number 6. I presented nothing from there.
Okay, it is saying during this month, delay in payment increased to 7 days. Referral activity almost reduced to 0. The old members do not attract anyone and do not make contributions too. Is this the correct way of presenting? Should I read the question, the task?
Yeah, you can read the question and summarize about it.
Okay, in virtue of this situation, a pause mode is implemented in which all the old Mavros are frozen and will be available for withdrawal when the situation will right itself. New contributions grow as per old conditions are not frozen and available as usual. So it's saying make your plan of actions for another month, including resources, contributions, members, etc. So under resources, we're saying we need training material, I think in forms of small booklets, pamphlets, and flyers. And we also need to go via social media, the use of WhatsApp, the use of Facebook, Twitter, and everything that is available today. Training material, I think, is being covered here again by brochures, leaflets, magazines, audio and video discs. I think video discs are very important. We need also promotional materials to give to the community. We need transportation to carry out this task. On our plan of action, we want to explain to people through meetings like the social networks that I mentioned before, to have training sessions about the pause mode, because these things come as news to people. So people need to have training sessions about the pause mode situation, on what it is and what causes its effect and how it can be addressed. This is just a way to keep encouraging people. We can encourage people to open Bitcoin wallet to start trading in Bitcoin because it is international. And there's need to be honest when we are recruiting new people, new participants, so that to tell them the situation currently obtaining, this can go a long way in stabilizing the system, because new participants will come in knowing the situation And we were saying we should hold more presentations every now and then, explaining to the existing and potential members the meaning of pause mode to the participants so that they won't panic. We want to remove removing investor mind in the new and the old participants, people who come in with the mind of making quick money. Like we were saying that, like we were told, it is not a way of making money, but it is just contributing and helping each other. So for task 6, that's as far as we went. Hello?
You are audible. You
can
go ahead and present the last question, the last task.
Okay, thank you. Task 7 was saying your efforts have been insufficient to reverse the situation. Then a restart takes place. All the old Mavros are removed. We start to work from the beginning. Serious negative impact of the members and unfavorable responses. 1 or 2 negative articles in the mass media, and you have to make a fresh start in such conditions. Now we're saying we need a plan of actions under specified conditions for a month. So our plan of action was, we embark on a public relations campaign and educate participants on new developments truthfully. We have to be open about that. That way MM can gain public confidence. Current situation has to be accepted. People have to accept what's on the ground, and ways have to be developed to gain trust. And we should not be economical with the truth, even if the system is not stable. We just reassure everyone. We try to reshuffle the management team. So we need a reshuffle of the management team. There's also a need to have a strong public relations skills, because public relations is our link to participants, the media and other interested stakeholders who want to understand our activities. So we need to have that. We need to revisit the situation, the previous techniques, and establish the strength, the weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Simply, that is SWOT, on how we can improve and change them if there is any need. We clearly spell out to the participant the causes of failure in the network, so that they also do not do harm to it. We need to think of good solutions to make members calm down. Make the guiders boost confidence of members as they understand the ideology of M. And also on that, the system should detect fake accounts, and multiple registrations should be discouraged to curb all participants who join with their own motives other than the M ideology. We should also educate at the same time, inform accordingly, since that way we can win back participants and have a more stable network. We should strive to have a TV channel where possible with the ideology as disseminated globally, and we can tap revenue from advertising, which we can use to give back to the community, thereby create a good brand and image. We should establish areas where M brand has not been known and introduce to our community. We should also have central information centers so as to improve the awareness campaigns. We need to have, if there's anything that is happening to the system, we need to have notices and warnings in time so that people do not panic. We are given time, maybe through our personal offices, our POs, and ideology should be imparted into potential participants, even if they do not want to join at that moment. Proper education of guiders to lead the participants and recruit new members. This is our plan of action that I'm going through. We need to have a public relations campaign should be undertaken. I think I mentioned this earlier. We need to have also personal testimonies because they are powerful, one-on-one, to have somebody who is saying something and to have something which is tangible. Triple M should have media consultants on full-time basis to attend to the image of MM and to tell our stories. Triple M should also have central information centers. I think I mentioned this earlier. Another point to take note of is we should conduct charity events to boost our image, and the SWOT analysis should be carried out periodically. Thank you. Hello, sorry for that. So that's as far as we go on task 7. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Warren.
Thank you, Warren.
Thank you, Bej.
Okay, thank you.
Your presentation was to the point and well summarized. Thank you very much for that.
Network is breaking.
Okay, would you kindly show me the plus sign if you can hear me? Everyone else, would you kindly show me the plus sign if you can hear me loud and clear?
Thank you.
If you can hear me, would you kindly show me the plus sign in the chat box? Okay, thank you for the feedback. I just wanted to congratulate batch 105, batch 105, batch 104. Batch 105 specifically, your presentation was straight to the point and well summarized. Thank you so much. We're expecting that the next presenter for batch 106 are going to do likewise or even better. Can we have the representative for batch 106? Batch 106 representatives. You can unmute your microphone.
Hi, Kusaya. Hi, sorry,
Yes,
I
I'm
think
here.
Adesina, we've got Forget. Okay, and we've got Mbu. So I'm not sure if there are microphones, but I think Adesina is going to take over. If you can please post your document link into the chat, and then you can proceed. I'm going to ask you to share your screen, Adesina.
Additional. Can everybody hear me? Good evening,
yes.
Please.
Okay, are you able to share your
the
screen?
Yes, I'm able
Are
to
you
share
able
my screen.
to
Are you
share
seeing
your
my screen
screen
now?
Okay.
Are you seeing my
I've
screen
made
now?
you presenter.
Okay, can you see my screen
No.
now? Can you see it now?
No, Adesina.
Hello? I just shared my screen now. Can you see?
We can see.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Affirmative.
You can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
see it's there.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Yes, it's here.
Yeah, my name is Adesina. So I'm going to go straight to the task without reading the question over again. Hello, can you hear me, please? Hello?
We can hear you, sir. Rishana, you can.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you.
Okay. So, before the events, we make arrangements for 10 members to launch MMM in Nigeria. So, basically, the first thing we do is we prepare our SWOT analysis and learn about the culture of Nigeria. We arrange accommodation at a low cost and a local B&B with good lighting and a safety environment, a very safe environment. So after that, we can create a buzz around an event of the MMM launch using our Facebook pages, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, webinar, and Google Hangouts. All group members to have presentation on their computers for one or more sessions that we're going to do. So after that, we will design our banners, we get it ready, and our flyers. We design T-shirts and some giveaways at the events. Then we create a budget for all costs for our charity events marketing and launch events. So we're going to do a charity event so we'll be able to give to the community and look for a way to attract people. We get permission from the Lagos State Authority so as to have to engage in road shows. And there's a group of skaters that go around distributing flyers on the road. So we organize among ourselves 2 presenters, organize 2 registration officers, organize ushers and problem shooters. We get a video camera and photographer, preferably within the team, and then we arrange radio appearance at free community radio stations. Now during the events, we get presenters to share the MM ideology, what MMM is all about, the benefits. Get people to share to share their life testimonies. We encourage people to tell them about the guidance school. We conduct some games to entrench the teachings. We don't just use mere words. We will try to practicalize what we're talking about. We distribute food, video taking and pictures, distribution of MMM branded gifts as necessary. And we start registering participants. Now, we made after the events, we have to report our expenses. Leaders have to arrange after sign-up service and ensure participants are assisted all the way. We create a WhatsApp group for daily communication to follow up on those we've registered, and we make emphasis on them. We make emphasis on them going to the guidance school. Now, we carry out the same plans, and we maintain the same budget for other cities. Lagos State, no, we are looking majorly at 4 major cities in Nigeria. If Nigeria is a very large country, so we can't just sit back and look at Lagos alone. So at the same time, we consider looking at Lagos, consider looking at Port Harcourt, Abuja, and Kano. If we can actually capture these 4 major cities in Nigeria, I think we are going to do great. So we made our budget as regarding the 4 states. We made our budget in respect to the 4 states, maintaining the same value of expenses for the 4 states. And after that, we're looking at a goal contribution of $75,000 and registration of $750 all together in total. Now, that is about the tax 1. Now, going to tax 2, a week has passed, the average contribution. Now, the solution we try to provide to that is we target 2 new cities as a penetration strategy to get new members on board. We have forced minimum of 21 days before getting help to control cash flow. With commitment before getting help to ensure the balance. Now, considering the branding and awareness, waiting station, we go to waiting station and clinics just to make sure we go to the strategic places, just like clinic. We have parks, we have we brand vehicle, mobile, stateless branding. Then we could put our flyers on. We go to different malls. We go to malls. We put flyers on the cars, people's cars, and we still work with skaters again because they have access even to the deepest part of Nigeria. They are very good. They know the road. They are very fast. They are visible. So we get them to do most of the job. Now, if we can achieve 30% with that, I think we can achieve 30% more of registration every week. Now we target registration of 150 people daily to achieve weekly for 6 days. We target, that means we're getting 900, and in a month we're targeting 3,600 people. If average contribution is $100 from these people, that means we're looking at a contribution of $360, $360,000. Now, this is a conservative estimation, as the majority of Nigeria might go big and provide them in large amounts. Now, we organize social events like brides picnics, fun run with giveaways to attract new registration, because we still have some funds with us. Present promo to attract registration. We get low-cost venue, library, school halls, or use webinar or Google Hangouts as necessary where it is suitable. Now, we ensure adequate technology resources are available to register new members. Since we're going with our internet, so I believe whatever we're going going with should be of A+. So our game should be at A+. We are A gamers. So what we are doing, everything should move on smooth. So our technology should be at the very best. Now we encourage members to reach for the guider status. They don't just be participants. We let them know the benefits of being guiders. We will explain everything to them. We encourage them to use their mobile phone so they can have access to the website. And then continuous teaching for new and old recruits on the functionality of MMM, the system, and the ideology. Now, the analysis, we're looking at 750 participants. That's like, if we are going on an average of $100 per day, that's 750 will give us $75,000. Now, if fresh participants, PH, if we get 150 participants to PH, that means we're having 15,000 to cover for bonuses of first 750 people. To secure other funds to cater for the 30% growth. Then that's from 25,500 to 75,000. We also need to recruit 225 participants. So at the end of the month, we should have at least 750 plus 150, then plus the later 225 participants, making a total of 1,125 participants. Now, that is about the second task. Now, going to the third task, we're given a task. Hold on, please. We're given a task. Okay, a month has passed. You are 100 manager, the same plan for another month. Now, the way we tackle that, we have a testimonial. We use people. We will make participants do live presentation of their testimonials. We use video of happiness showing achievements. We get people excited, registration of sports, and build their confidence. Now, guiders should undergo refresher training and be motivated to care about their downlines. Freshers shouldn't just register, guiders shouldn't just register people under them. They should always care for the downlines, keep them updated, communications every now and then, make sure they are always online, and make sure they are always recruiting. We should explore branding of public transport. Yes, that is very rampant in Nigeria, especially in Lagos. You can brand people's car, you can brand car, move about with that, but you have to seek permission because from the advertisement agency. So once we have that, we are way to go. We target a growth of 30% on current numbers each week, each new week. This is done in a perfect environment, but also it should not be difficult for focused goal achievers to recruit one person a week, as our system is not difficult to understand. So we encourage downliners to provide help more often and not keep in the system for too long. So let them understand at most 1 month. You PH and you get your help 1 month. Don't go beyond 1 month out of greed. Don't say you want to keep it for too long, you want to keep it for 2 months, you want to keep it for 3 months. No. Now we should build capacity, we should fund events, we should build charity events, taxi ranks, we should increase social online marketing, Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. We should also encourage first level referrals to train as guiders so they can gain skills and help grow the team. Now the analysis with that, register 525 participants at the beginning of the month. Expected growth rate of 30% of participants is 337. We expect an average PH of 150 since confidence is installed in our participants. Taking into account second, the PH and bonuses of new participants plus 30% growth of such provided helps. We need to maintain or increase our number of weekly recruits by 50 every week. And I'm doing the calculation to cater for bonuses only. Therefore, by the end of the month, we should have managed to recruit at least a total of 1,648 participants. This will be more enough to cover the old participants' growth plus new participant bonuses plus growth. Now we have at least 2,773 participants in total. Task number 4, after 2 months, you have the number of participants and contribution which you calculated earlier. Now you should calculate what you need to organize within the next month. Now, MMM team members need to get visibility while supporting the holiday celebration. Join public events being held in the age of the holiday and take opportunities to showcase. Now, we need to launch infiltration strategies straight after holidays and get registration. MMM is a social, responsible community, and charity events are an opportunity to give back and establish a rapport, as well as win acts of for registration. We should establish recruiting stations at all events, give our achievers hampers with branded cards, t-shirts, and all that. The ultimate group. We should keep up to date with news, promotion, and to new and existing participants alike. Now we need to portray a positive energy and mentality need in Nigeria. We set withdrawal limits so that members, we implement a 40% promo. I said that earlier. We can also use the 50% with Bitcoin. All we have to do is just make sure we emphasize on Bitcoin. Let us introduce it to them. We introduce to them. We analyze it. We make them understand. We practicalize it for them. And instead of going in local currency, when they see a promo of 50%, 60% on Bitcoin, I believe everybody wants to go to. Everybody wants to go for it to the 30% local currency. Now we need to be proactive and inform people of what to expect from the media and how to answer questions if one finds themselves in that position. We have ways of maintaining calm when panic, God forbid, we should creep in. In a situation where there is panic among people, we should know how to maintain calmness. We should know how to make them calm. Budget should be carefully managed using what is available from balance of 50,000. Therefore, we try and use free vehicles like word of mouth advertising, one-on-one individual so that as people that there should be fidelity. Vehicles branding done by members. Example of a minimum of 1,000 members with MMM branded cars driving around. That alone will speak for itself. We use free community radio slots to promote week and daily presentation. We use weekly local newspaper to advertise. Now, we should also emphasize on live testimonial. And if we can approach churches, community leaders, politicians, musicians also, we can use them as face of MMM for their marketing and crisis management. Now, the analysis for that, we have 207 participants on board already. Our last of about 500 reduced by 75%. So it's with 5% participants a week. Now we reduce it since it's reducing. So we are left with like 125 new participants per week. Now that your plan worked out, you do not have enough new contribution to cover the cost of the current contribution of the amount of contribution to be minus 20%. Now we need to analyze the plan of action in this situation. And the first thing we do is we encourage the learners to check their personal office regularly for news and orders. We set up the best recruiters contest to drive registration. We schedule a meeting with selected participants to understand how they feel, how things could improve. So that should be a kind of like one-on-one pep talk. We target another state to launch MMM to beef up registration. From the calculation of previous tax, if we have 2,773 people, then each of us can at least, let's say we recruit one person, then we have 5,546 members who can provide help. 200 participants a day for 30 days, that's 6,000 participants with a minimum contribution of $1,000 would give us $600,000. Now we'll go back to the basics like we did in the first month, and with positiveness we reach out to people. we increase our referral. If we could recruit, increase our referral bonus to like 15% for 1 month, and joining bonus as an incentive. Then old participants taking part in providing help to be paid first. We should attract all the old members, everyone to take part in providing help. Once you get help, the next step is to provide help. So when we encourage the old members to when they get paid for the help they provided earlier, they provide more. So we share positive and uplifting video testimony to restore confidence. Now share training videos to reach a bigger group of people that normally cannot make it to the meeting at various venues. It is not possible for us to have all those we want at the venue. So there should be a way whereby we can reach out to them by posting our trainings online for them to check it out. Another point is maybe we can also put a conditional get help. If the whole participant want to get help, they can do. So, but must introduce a minimum of 1 participant. So it's going to be like a queue. We want a participant get help first, and then we wait for the first person to get help before another person get help. Not like 5 people getting help at the same time. So I think that should help too. Now we carry out more presentation in every city and town as possible, as much as possible. Then we reduce bonuses should not have growth period. Like, okay, your bonus is actually going to go for 1 month. No, it shouldn't have a growth period. Then also, if you recruit more than 8 members, you can be given 3% more on the referral bonus. Like, okay, normally you have a referral bonus, then we set another number, like, okay, you have a referral bonus on each person, then if you can recruit 20 members within so time, there's a bonus for it. I think that's going to help too. Now, all guiders should make sure they train their team members to be literate in terms of the assessing personal office and also in doing all the basics alone. This will motivate each member to reach out alone rather to keep saying, I will ask or refer you to my upliner. So each downliner should be well equipped, should be educated enough to know how to reach out to others and make downliners their own on their own. They should know the basics. They should know how to access their personal office and everything. Now, during this 1 month, delay in payment increased to 7 days. Referral activities almost reduced to 0. The old members do not attract anyone and do not make contribution to. Now we have to make our plan of actions for another month. Resources, contributions, and members. Now, the first thing is we communicate proactively and truthfully to avoid panic. So we ask for feedback very often, workshop with current participants and understand their suggestion. We seek their opinion and ask on their good ideas. A certain percentage of bonus should be allocated to best recruiter of the month. However, the Mavros must be available for withdrawal. We give a registration bonus of 10% of provided help amount on top of the usual registration bonus and the system already has. Now, we reduce the time of providing help to instant, but the people can be given up to 10 days to confirm the provided help. We give a 50% growth for those who provide help twice in a month, or 62% for 3 help provided in the promotion month. Now, on the issue of early providing of help, confirmation bonus, let's say if the provided help is confirmed within 5 days of provided help request, then the participant get a percentage of 5% on bonus promo. So all this is still talking about bonuses, giving bonuses for a certain activity, just to boost the morale of participants, just to uplift their spirits, just to get things in place again. Now, we set a limit to those that can be a guider. No, it's not like we won't advise everybody to be a guider, but we set a stake, like no one is allowed to be a guider without recruiting up to 15 members. So now, if you say you want to be a guider, there should be certain number of recruiters that you've actually recruitment that you've actually done. You can't just be a participant and after about 3 referrals you want to be a guide or a guider. No, you should have referred a lot in a quite number of people. That means in that way you are showing to us that you actually understand the system and you can explain and convince people about it. Now, the Macros can go frozen for 30 days. For the others, we implement auto get help or frozen macro, but perhaps saying that first come first serve. That's about the two that I talked on earlier. Now we do new rally events, charity work. We get out in the community. We visit where we went wrong and make efforts not to repeat post mode. Now, if internet access is a challenge limiting registration, old MMM participants can set up MMM internet cafes, training centers, offices to assist participants get online and get more information. And a suggestion is a MMM app would help people register faster, better if it meets all security requirements. When you have the application, it is faster than you going online. Since you already have the application connected to the internet, then the use of Bitcoins works best as backup system to the community, since there is no way the whole world is going to get them at the same time. That is about tax 6. Now going to the final tax 7. Your effort has been insufficient to revise the situation. A restart took place, all the old macros are removed. We start to work from the beginning. Serious negative impact of old members and now foreign references. Okay, but that there should be urgent leadership workshop to strategize the counteraction and counter the negative media articles and place their own positive article, and if possible get on the radio and explain what has happened, but that MMM is here to stay. There should be constant communication, transparency, and the truth will bring back the confidence and trust of the people. So we are acting on gaining back the trust of the people by being sincere, by giving them our words. But this should be done slowly. It should be done at a very slow pace, because once we try to rush it, we might get it wrong again. So we go back to the drawing board. We do it step by step. We take things slow. We don't rush it. And by that, before we know, we'll be able to infiltrate and tackle those places, get the keynotes, get the key members of each organization and families to convince their members. Now we organize serious rally and matches charity events all over Nigeria. We try to send positive messages that MMM Nigeria is going forward. Incentive, trips, AMPAs to encourage PH and registration. Now, we rebuild, we restart with inner circle of trust and slowly work outward. Good things take time, so we don't rush it. They said one step at a time. So we don't just rush it. Now, we start by changing the target market. We have to do Google Ads specifically targeting Nigeria. The Google Ads can be in form of pop-ups. There are these pop-ups that come online whenever you open a site. So if you can launch something like that, whenever you open a site, probably you open Google, you see a short message talking about MMM. Even if you don't want to enforce, when you see that kind of pop-up, you want to open it and see what it's talking about. Now, we illustrate by the way of testimony on how MMM has changed the life of people. And we preach MMM ideology. We recruit more guiders, but taking care to choose the right caliber of uplifting quality guiders, not money hungry mongers. I said earlier that we set a certain number of recruitments that could actually make you qualify to be a guider. And then we emphasize on people providing help with extra money only. We get buy-in from media. We make them understand us, proactively approach them with good news and positive stories. Now, positivity counts the most in such a situation. They say charity begins at home. If we as all participants talk negative about MMM, then we will get a negative response. So we have to work on ourselves first. We have to build our mind. We have to be strong about what we are actually trying to give out to people. It is our own reaction. It is our own belief. that will make us speak out to people, and that is what they are going to, it is what they are going to believe about us. So when we have actually worked ourselves, we worked on ourselves, worked on our belief, worked on our thoughts, we build ourselves, work on our weaknesses, it is going to be very easy for us to reach out to people. We also need to convince people as much as possible that MMM is here to stay. I think people are scared because of the scheme that robbed them. Now they want to get help all, and they have in their personal office, thinking that if they don't take everything, MMM can fly by night, and that is not the case of MMM. So we need to make them understand. We need to convince them. You don't have to try to get help of everything you have at once. No. Only after addressing the weaknesses we will come up with an improved program. Now we need to encourage, once again, we need to encourage the use of Bitcoin to sustain MMM Nigeria by global providing of help. Thank you very much. Hello.
Wow, amazing, brilliant.
Yes, thanks, Adesina.
Thank you very much.
Wow, guys, Batch 106, the mentors.
With the network issues, I think Adesina.
You said what? Hello, can anybody hear me, please?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Well done, Adesina. Well done, I think, from all.
Thank
yes,
you
we
very
can
much.
hear you now.
I just want to commend Batch 106, all the mentors, and Batch 105 as well. I didn't get to comment much. I'm proud to say that I'm one of the mentors for Batch 105. And Batch 106 was even on top of the team. You were precise and straight to the point. I really loved the presentation. It was amazing. Big up to all the mentors and big up to the presenter for Batch 106. I think meeting ended.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Zwane, yeah, Mr. Zwane. I don't understand the question. He's saying meeting ended. I'm not sure what he's referring to. Mr. Zwane. Oh, Mr. Mohammed. Would you kindly unmute your microphone and speak up? I'm not sure. Meeting ended. No, not yet. Not yet. We still have Batch 106, 107. Batch 107 still to present. Can we have the representative for Batch 107? The representative, Batch 107 rep. If you can hear me, would you kindly show me the plus sign? Guys, if you can hear me, would you kindly show me the plus sign in the chat box? Okay, thank you for the feedback. Can we have the representative for Batch 107 or the mentor for Batch 107 can take over and coordinate Batch 107, the last batch? Okay, any rep for Batch 7 or mentor for Batch 107? Who's mentoring Batch 107, guys? The mentors, please help me. Batch 107.
I don't know.
Hello, Rishana.
Is Rahab not in? I don't know. It could be maybe Rahab. Is she not online? I'm just trying to check.
I think it should be.
I don't really know.
It should be Rahab and Tanda. Is it? This is Zulu.
Yeah. None of them are there. Hey.
Okay, Mr. Zwane, if you can hear me, I think we just we had a problem again with the Easy Zulu badge. It seems that we don't have any badge representative in the meeting or even any of the mentors. So I think you should exclude that badge in upgrading as yeah, I think you should hold on. In the meantime, I think we should hear from the mentors first. But yeah, I think that's all I had to say. In the meantime, I think all the rest of the English batches have wrapped up their presentation. You can unmute your microphone and kindly share your last words. So if you can hear me, Mr. Zwane, or any of the officials to give the last words. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm looking for.
And guys, we're all proud of you. Congratulations. The presentations were brilliant. All the best. And congratulations, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nyama. Let me go down with the list. Lerato, you have anything to say? Mental Lerato?
Well, Rhoda is here. I can talk. Mr. K?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Right. I just wanted to say I'm proud of everybody. They did their best and it was wonderful. I'm very, very much proud of Batch 106. They did very well. And thank you for the opportunity and thanks for letting me be your guide. Oh, you mentor. Thanks. All right. Good night, everybody.
Hi, Kuzai.
Yes, Lerato.
Oh, no, I couldn't unmute my microphone. I just wanted to say thank you to all the presenters. They did a brilliant job tonight, and all the best to them with the final submission. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Lerato. Thank you very much, Rhoda. Can we have Breshana? You can unmute your microphone.
Yes, hi. Thanks, Kuta. I must say, irrespective of which batch, did the presentation today, all of you, it was lots of hard work, lots of dedication, lots of late nights. So tonight you can go to sleep well happy as long as your tasks are submitted. You can sleep with a smile on your face, knowing that you'll have given up the best. Just want you to go out and be the best guiders that you can be. Yes, Triple M is alive. It's here to stay. We hope that you'll understand the entire concept of the business games, exactly what it's prepared us for. And as I always say, put your best foot forward and never stop, reaching out and being the best that you can. Each and every one of you have great potential. And thank you for being present at the meetings, and thank you for all the support that you'll have given the mentors along the way. All the batches, batch 106, really, really loved being part of your way. The team spirit that you showed from day one has been phenomenal, and obviously it has been what it showed this this evening. And Kutsaya, thank you so much for being so supportive in terms of the mentor organizing the meetings. We know it's taken a lot from you, and I really think that you are a blessing to Triple M, and just keep the flights flying high. Good night, everyone.
Okay, thank you very much for the kind words. Before we close the session, Mr. Zwane is the head of the Triple M South Africa, so he's going to give us his last few words and some inside info on the community. So we're going to I'm going to give him the admin rights in a moment so that he can. Okay, he already has. Mr. Zwane, the floor is all yours, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kutai. as you see, today is a clash-off meeting. We had a guidance meeting, which is on Saturday. But as you know, you need to do most of the things that will benefit the community. Doesn't mean that the meeting is not important, but it was adjourned before the guidance presentations were also adjourned. So I had an opportunity to just specify the guidance core admin notification and everything that is pertaining the community. I'm sure everyone is able to can hear me. I'm not sure because since morning I was having meetings and most of them were saying they cannot hear me. So if you can kindly press plus so that I can see whether I am clearly here to rate my Okay, thanks. That means the network is fine. So what I want to specify, copying, it's something that has been dealt with. No one will be able to succeed in the Kara school when they're copying. We've seen most people are trying to copy, but we're having notifications before the final markers will do their task. As you know, a batch 104 to 107 has been completed. It completes at the end of presentation. So now everything is completed. So what is left now it's marking. So after marking, the results will be published to your batch group. So the mentors and everyone will be able to send information who have passed, who have failed, and who are under investigation and so on. Those who are seen with unnecessary things, unethical behavior, they will also be included. So that's how it happens. After that, it becomes really informative, all the technical part, the upgrade. It will take around 21 days, or not more than 21 days, specifically, because I think this is the batch that was waiting. All the submission batch groups were waiting for so that they can be approved. So I think from there, 21 days from now, not from now, after results have been published to your batch group message, you will see who have passed, who have failed, what did you fail, what did you pass. So you will be able to resubmit if you have failed your tasks. Even one task that you have failed, you need to resubmit everything so that the final markers will also check if there were issues with the submissions that you did. Copying is very, very important, and most of people do not know what they are doing. So that's how they succeed. But as I am saying now, it's improper to say you will pass and you will be upgraded with copying. So you won't be able to copy. No, you'll be able to copy, but you will not be able to succeed. Okay, so let us continue to the other one. My notes here are specifying that I need to talk about the submissions. If you submit, you definitely, your task will be marked. That's how it works. So if you submit, I will say, make sure you submit before the end of Monday, 2300 hours. That's when the marking will start. When marking starts, everything will be off. Spreadsheet will be off, submission forms will be off. So we won't be able to see whatever task we are trying to submit and whatever information you want to check from the spreadsheet. It will not be possible. So that's what I'm trying to emphasize on the submissions part. Before 2300 not GMT, South African Standard Time, Central African, you have to submit. So if you want to use GMT as Nigerian participants are also in this spreadsheet, kindly use 9, which is 2100 hours GMT. So that's the time that you need to use before you are the final markers will be able to start marking all of the tasks. Bitcoin address is automatically marked by formally. If it's red, it's automatically detected. That is not a Bitcoin address. So if it's white, it means it is either a Bitcoin address and it needs to be verified against the WebBTC blockchain. If it's green, that means your PTC was verified and it was correct, and it will be marked correct. If it's red, kindly rectify that. It means the PTC has been automatically checked as incorrect. Then let us go to the final statistics of guidance school perform. As you know, there are developments that are happening, and people panicked in somewhere the other in the early days of April. And what has happened now, it is known that the guidance school has less guidance than the previous days. So at the moment, I'm not sure how many guidance will be able to pass, but it's getting tougher and tougher for participants to pass the school. As you know, people have proven to us that when they pass, they become guidance by the system, not guidance in their own life. I do not know how to put it. I'm not someone who is able to be a motivational speaker. So I want to say that please, you are a guide in person, not by the system. The system will record your guide to give you advantages to go and create a team in other countries. But please be a guide and also personally be a guide. No, not like you are a participant, you flow with participants and you do not know what you are in the community. What your account is a guide account. So that's what I need to specify. So you need to know what is the Triple M community. Most people do not even understand what a Triple M is. So before you go to the guidance school, you need to know what Triple M is. It's really critical. So Triple M is a community of people, because if I specify it's a community that, then people will say, now we're talking about animals, so it's a community of animals. No, it's a community of people who assist each other. It's either financial, but it's known as a mutual aid program. So it can be financial or physical, all that. So it's a community of people who assist each other financially. When someone needs help, they will be assisted, and if we also need help at that particular time, we will be assisted. So that's how the community wedding goes in. There are also words used. Okay, there are words used. In short analysis, there are words used. You cannot say you have an interest. You cannot say you have an interest because in Triple M there is no interest. Okay, that's how it needs to be done. In Triple M there is no interest, there is growth. The marbles grow. Money does not grow, it's only marble. You cannot specify to me that you have money growing in the system. You can even give me the note. What kind of note? Is it blue, green? Because it's growing. You know, when something is growing, it's physical. So in Triple M, it's marble that is growing, not money. The money is with another participant that you have assisted, and it is recorded by the system to say you have maybe 1,000 marble. That's the marble that will be increased using the logistics of the system. It is known as algorithm. So it will be increased by either percentage or by either amount, depending on the logarithm. So you cannot say you have an interest in Triple M, you cannot say you have deposited money to Triple M, you cannot say you are withdrawing money from Triple M. A Triple M is a community where you ask for help and someone assists you. A participant deposits money to another participant. A participant is getting help from another participant. There is no withdrawing from another participant and depositing from the system. It is improper to use those words when we are talking about the community. The logistics of the system. It cannot be that someone will create something that they do not have. The system records what you have done. The system also records what the expected outcome will be. If your marbles increase at 30% or 50%, depending on the logistics or depending on the dynamics of the system, it will be recorded when you will be able to use that amount, and it will be recorded how much you will be able to get assistance. PH and GH. PH to someone and UGH from someone, because the word PH is different from PH request. I think most people now use this word as in a wedding. It's a verb. PH is a verb. providing help, I am doing that. Getting help, I am getting help. It's a verb. I am doing something. So people now, they've created PH request. That's a request. PHR, PH request, and GHR, GH request. So if you are still not allocated to assist, it means your PH request is still waiting to be linked with another GH request so that there can be a PH and GH. PH is providing help. You will be assigned to provide someone, and that person who is receiving help from you will be getting assistance from you. So that's how it is. So we won't say GA because GA is only authenticator. That's why we use GH. Getting assistance is GA. So we can't use GA at the moment because it's known as Google Authenticator. The dynamics of the community, it does not depend on the amount used. It depends on the number of participants in the community. You can PH a 400,000, 400 million, 500 million. It does not sustain the dynamics of the community. It is determined by the participants that are inside the community. If a person is donating to someone, it is improper. But if 1 million are providing assistance to 1 million participants, it is a strong community. Too many people in a community build up a strong team. So how do we balance the community? We look at what is really happening at this stage. We look against what we have said in this presentation, task 7 and task 6. At this present moment, how do we balance the community? Because you know we have restarted, and after the start, there is old marble. What is old marble? We need to also specify that. So at the moment, I'm in balancing the community. How do we balance the community? A person who knows that the system is going at slow pace, the system is going at fast pace, they will definitely make sure they go and get more, not more people. They'll get people who will be joining the community, so that we will be too much, not too much. We'll be assisting each other at maybe 2 million participants, assisting 2 million participants. So that's how it's done. Not someone who's coming here and saying the system is doing this, they GH. The system is doing this, they GH. That's not balancing the system. The current situation, as I specified, it's a restart. We are in restart, and we have specified what we need to do under restart. Restart is task 6 and 7, and you need to read a para so that you'll be able to assist your downlines on how to cater on that one. There are solutions for restart. There are solutions for restart. One solution is lottery. Lottery is used so that Marvel can be accredited at the lottery in other way or without the use of PH and GH. I think now people will understand the function of lottery. Lottery is not something you PH then you are able to do lottery. No, you just play around with figures on the other end, and if you win, definitely Marvels will be credited to your account. Then you'll be able to GH. We are saying Triple M is PH and GH, so we provide help and get help. Not in terms of financial, it's any form of donation, any form of donation. PH is a verb, not PH money, GH money. Okay, we do that because it's under the form of exchange and donation. So lottery does not work against PH, it works against GH. You do not have to PH so that you can GH lottery, just GH. So the increment of GH is by lottery because you did not PH anything. You just GH what you have won in lottery. How does this balance the system at the particular time of the start? The lottery GHs will call all the PHs that are waiting to be allocated without anyone who has PH before. So that's how the solution works. The solutions are then, as a guider, we have an account that has to create a team in other countries. Other countries are working perfectly fine. In other countries are working mostly, let me say, they are at a stability level. So they are still, you create a team in that case, you GH guided bonuses at that particular point. When you GH those bonuses, it also creates a stability in our community in RSA, because we are saying we need to make sure there is GH, that will call all PHs that are waiting to be, not PHs, PH requests that are waiting to be allocated without someone PH. So that's how it is here. The last solution, the old marble. Old marble is some, as you say, it is old, it means it is not something that can be used. Even if I can say to you, bring me that old wallet, it means that wallet is old, it's not interest anymore. It's not interest in terms of increment. It's an interest in terms of loving something, have an interest in something. So that's what I'm saying here. I'm saying old marble, there is no interest on old marble. We are not like interested in developing the community when it has old marble. So old marbles need to be paid out in full, but there is a solution for the auto GH. Auto GH does not work with manual GH. Auto GH, you calculate using the logarithms of the community. 10% logarithm too. So that's how it works. If you calculate that using your calculator, it needs to give you maybe 10% of that. Then you calculate the highest pH of everything. That's how you need to know. But in mathematics, that's where it comes out, and most they have a problem in mathematics. So at the moment, the limit for auto GH is logarithm 10. So log 10 is the limit of the old marble auto GH. So you cannot let old marbles GH over 10% of total PHs produced by participants into the community. That's how it will work. If yourself, your friend PH is in the mark, the whole community PH is in the mark, and it reaches 100,000, let me say today, all the marbles will not be able to auto GH over 10,000, because 10,000 is 10% of 100,000. Even if you like it or not, it will not ever again GH over 10% of what it has been allocated. That's the log 10 of the system. The closing remarks are, please make sure you are a guide. I'm also a guide and not someone who's a magic man, a calculator, someone who understands the situation. I'm also a guide, but the way you guide some people is the way that will determine, or the way some people will look at you at that particular time. So please make sure, critically observe it. There are people who graduate to 100 plus guidance. Next month, they are always 10K. It's the way they push their community, the way they push their status. That's how you need to push yourself. Stay at 10 plus guidance. It does not mean you are a failure, but it means you are not pushing at the highest level of everyone. As I mentioned to you, there are people who graduate today. The same amount using the local currency ZAR, which is the South African rand, depending on the form of exchange. If it's Bitcoins, it will be allocated with Bitcoins. Then after that, it will increment using the 10, using the percentage of increment per month. It is 20% for ZAR, 50% for Bitcoins. So that's how it increments. After that, I will be the one asking for help, and I will be allocated someone who has created a PH request. Then the person will be allocated to me to provide help to me, and I will get help from there. That's the ideology of the community. As I'm saying, you'll be mapping your SWOT analysis. Weddings that are there, it says interest, withdraw, GH, it's a problem because it means you do not know what you're doing. Thank you so much for attending this business day presentation, and thank you so much for your presentations. They are wonderful, and definitely we will be moving forward.
In the community. That's for it tonight, guys. From Kudzai Olokane, page 105.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Zwane. Good night, everyone. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
All the best.
Yeah,